Brothers and sisters in risen Christ. A few months back, in one of my homilies, I said a story of a mother who has only one eye. I hope you remember that story of a mother who was hated by her son because she has only one eye. After I finished the story, some of you were crying. Some came with their handkerchiefs in their hands and said, "Father, it was so touching that we could not control emotions but cry." That story, I think, is very apt for today as well, as we celebrate Mother's Day. So I suggest you to watch that video in our website and get an inspirational message of Mother's Day. Instead of a crying story, today allow me to tell a joke to start my homily. Once upon a time, a young priest preached at the bishop's mass. Afterwards, the bishop said to him, "You need to begin your homilies with a story. Wake up people, get their attention. Come to my mass next Sunday and I'll show you." So, the next Sunday, the bishop begins his homily like this. "I have something to tell all of you. I am in love with a beautiful woman." He pauses for effect and then continues. "Her name is the Blessed Virgin Mary." So the young priest goes back to his parish and gets up to preach the following Sunday, but catches sight of the bishop himself standing in the back of the church. He gets nervous, but launches into his homily anyway. The bishop is in love with a married woman. With nervous, he blurts out, "But I cannot remember her name." Yes, the young priest forgot the name of the beautiful lady. Her name was Blessed Virgin Mary. She is the mother of the church. She is the mother given to us by Jesus himself from the cross as the mother of humanity. Especially we remember this great and beautiful mother in this month of May. And isn't it coinciding that we celebrate Mother's Day in the month of May? Blessed John Paul II, Saint John Paul II, in his Redemptoris Mater writes, "It can thus be said that women, by looking to Mary, find in her the secret of living their femininity with dignity and of achieving their own true advancement. In the light of Mary, the church sees in the face of woman the reflection of a beauty which mirrors the loftiest sentiments of which the human heart is capable, the self-offering totality of love, the strength that is capable of bearing the greatest sorrows, limitless fidelity, and tireless devotion to work, the ability to combine penetrating intuition with words of support and encouragement." Saint John Paul II wrote, what a beautiful words. There are many stories related to the Mother's Day. I also say one more story this day, not like the young priest, but anyway, there is a story. A man stopped at a flower shop to order some flowers to be wired to his mother, who lived 200 miles away. As he got out of his car, he noticed a young girl sitting on the curb sobbing. He asked her what was wrong, and she replied, "I wanted to buy a red rose for my mother. but only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $2. The man smiled and said, "Come on in with me. I will buy you a rose." He bought the little girl her rose and ordered his own mother's flowers. As they were leaving, he offered the girl a ride home. She said, "Yes, please. You can take me to my mother." She directed him to a cemetery, where she placed the rose on a freshly dug grave. The man returned to the flower shop, canceled the wire order, picked up a banquet, and drove the 200 miles to his mother's house. Friends, I caught another Temple Bailey. A mother is more than a memory. She is a living presence. Your mother is always with you. She is the whisper of the leaves as you walk down the street. She is the smell of certain foods you remember, flowers you pick, and perfume that she wore. She is the cool hand on your brow when you are not feeling well. She is your breath in the air on a cold winter's day. She is the sound of the rain that lulls you to sleep. The colors of a rainbow. She is your birthday morning. Your mother lives inside your laughter, and she is crystallized in every tear drop. There is an old Jewish proverb that states, "God could not be everywhere, so he made mothers." It's an endearing sentiment, to be sure, even if not quite theologically accurate, because we find an important and comforting truth hidden within these words. Mothers, in a real and unique way, make manifest and visible the presence and the love of our hidden God. In our earthly existence and experience, they are the first to offer us complete care in the midst of our complete helplessness. They cradle our weak little bodies in their arms. They ease our crying with their soothing voices. They even feed us with themselves, nursing us with their own milk. They are the first to teach and instruct us. They show us how to walk and talk. They teach us how to play well with others. And they make sure we know how to take care of ourselves. They are the first to admonish us when we fail, but also the first to forgive us. They are the first to lavish a superabundance of attention and warmth upon us. They throw parties for our birthdays. They make our favorite dinners. And they ensure that there is always more than enough to go around. They are the first to suffer for us. They endure the discomfort of childbearing and the pain of childbirth. They go through all those sleepless nights to make sure that they are fed and safe. We are fed and safe. And they agonize when we fall sick or get hurt. They are the first to love us unconditionally, even if it seems that no one else does. In short, mothers are the first people in our lives to show us who God is, what God's warmth, His forgiveness, God's generosity, God's mercy, and His love are evidenced daily in the lives of these special people we call our mothers. They are our good shepherds in our day-to-day life, as we heard in the gospel today. As good shepherds, our mothers lead us to the heavenly shepherd, Jesus Christ, who gives us eternal life. George Washington, the pioneering president of America, US, said once, "My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute all my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her." Abraham Lincoln, the famous president of America, spoke similar words when he said, "All that I am or even ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother." My dear friends, she is the place you came from, your first home, and she is the map you follow with every step you take. She is your first love, your first friend, even your first enemy, but nothing on earth can separate you. Not time, not space, not even death. A mother shows through in every emotion: happiness, sadness, fear, jealousy, love, hate, anger, helplessness, excitement, joy, sorrow, and all the while hoping and praying you will only know the good feelings in life. For every son and daughter who crucify themselves on pillars of hate, weakness, and greed, there at the foot of the cross you will find the mother, your mother and mine. God bless them. They have known so much pain: divorce, separation, single moms, widows, mothers forced to work out of necessity, grandmothers raising grandchildren, prodigal children, and prodigal grandchildren are realities that cause deep daily suffering for many mothers. Added to all these sufferings is the pain endured by many married women who would like to be mothers. Let me conclude, my dear friends. Once a great sage or a wise man was asked, "Where do you find paradise?" The sage, with a smile, replied, "Paradise is at the feet of the mother," or "Paradise lies under the feet of your mother." A man once asked the Islamic prophet Muhammad to whom he should show the most kindness. Remember, Muhammad lost his mother in the age of 2. He replied, "Your mother, next your mother, next your mother, and then fourth your father." Let us show our mothers love, mercy, kindness, and compassion, because paradise lies under the feet of your mother. I wish all of you and all mothers a happy Mother's Day. Amen.